You didn't know it, but you need it. Beef jerky on the smoker. Beef jerky, the who, what, when, where, and why, and is it even really worth doing? We're gonna slice up some meat, we're gonna put it into a marinade, and we're gonna smoke it. And at the end, we're gonna find out if it's really even cost effective to do this. First up, the who. Beef eye of round. This is the perfect cut for beef jerky. It's very lean, and if we cut it across the grain, it's also gonna be very tender. You always want very lean meat because that fat is gonna go rancid over time. It's not gonna be shelf stable, it's just gonna be a whole mess. So whenever you see like Wagyu beef jerky or ribeye beef jerky, it's 100% a marketing ploy just to get your dollars out of your pocket. It has nothing to do with actually good beef jerky. A nice lean cut is exactly what you want. I'm gonna take a picture of this price and weight so that I don't forget. At $7 a pound, we've got about 5 pounds here, about 35 bucks for this much jerky. Now we're gonna lose a lot of weight during the cook, so we'll total it up at the end and find out if this is more or less cost effective. There is a tiny bit of fat on this eye of round. There's a little cap right there on the back that slices off easy, so we have very minimal loss, opposed to like a brisket where you're cutting off like 5, 6, 7 pounds. And a little trick to slicing these up, I popped these in the freezer about 4 hours ago, so they're pretty stiff, so the knife should go right through them nice and smoothly. Shave that fat cap off with minimal loss of meat. Stuff cuts so nice when it's cold, but it is chilly on my digits. Oh, this is kind of funny. Let me show you guys a better view. Most meats in the grocery store are mechanically tenderized. I don't know if this is gonna show up on camera, but you can see it there. All those little dots separating the meat. That's where they're running it through a mechanical tenderizer. And you're gonna find that on basically everything that comes from the store. Now these meat chunguses are ready to be sliced up. Now there's 2 ways we can slice this up. We could do slices straight across the grain for maximum tenderness, or we can do sticks. I prefer the sticks, but hey, to each their own. I mean, the sticks, it's like as cool as smoking a cigarette without actually having to smoke a cigarette. I mean, all pros, no cons. Come on now. Just remember, you really want these as thin as possible, like 1/8 of an inch for the slices, and the sticks, they can be a little chunkier, maybe about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch thick on the round. Kind of a cool picture. I'll show you guys here. We have it cut up. It's ready to go into a marinade. Now, you could just season it, throw it on the smoker as it is. That's a great way to do it, but this is an opportunity to add a little bit extra flavor. Let me grab some stuff. Gonna mix up our marinade in a separate container because I'm going to store these 2 separately. That way I can keep them separated and put them in different areas onto the smoker. You'll figure it out as we go. Now we are going to be doing a savory umami style marinade on this. Now I try to stay away from sugar, so we're going to be avoiding that. Just all the nice savory flavors we can pack into this jazz. ACV, a little vinegar will help break down the meat and also give it a little flavor. Soy sauce, going with that full strength. Don't worry, I got another bottle. Just picked it up today. This is one of those things where you kind of just measure it with your heart. Just do whatever you feel is correct there. Give that a break. A little W sauce. We'll shake the parents there. Oh no, we want a bunch of this. All right, our separate meats are going into separate bags. You gotta keep them separated. Hey, maybe that's what that song meant all those years ago. Now, this is really just for my organizational purposes when it comes to putting everything on the smoker. Just a bit easier this way. Look at that meat spaghetti. We've got about 2 cups of this marinade, so half and half, cup in each bag. Seasoning wise, we're gonna use this Reload Rub fully loaded. This is a nice herby all around seasoning, nothing too crazy. Just doing about 1/4 to 1/2 cup in each one of these bags. That's gonna give this a ton of flavor. When zipping these up, leave a little bit of air in the bag. We're gonna give it the old Ricky Bobby shake and bake. That's right. Really move it around. That looks nice. Now these are gonna hang out in the fridge overnight. You know how the recipes always say online, oh, 4 hours to 24 hours or whatever. No, it's always 24 hours. Otherwise, What's the point of putting all this money into this bag if you're not gonna properly use it, right? These bad boys are ready to fridge it up. There we go. Fridge is perpetually a mess. Ooh, little fridge sig. Don't mind if I do. With that, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning for the fun part. All right, got 3 things for you guys. It is very early the next morning. It's super likely that it is going to start raining, and there are no good and bad people in politics. They're all bad. They do not care about you. They only care about their millionaire buddies, but Jesus loves you, and that is very cool. Now, I've always done my jerky on pellet smokers because they can go so low and slow and stay there for such a long period of time. So my first time doing it on an offset like this, but this thing runs so efficiently, I'm not expecting any issues. It's so aerodynamic. I'll put up a picture here showing pure aerodynamicism, but it's so aerodynamic and there's so much room in there, not expecting any issues at all. So once this burns down, we get the temperature nice and low, we'll get her loaded up. It's raining! So y'all's view is gonna be basically from right there. Now the goal is to keep this away from the corners, so those are gonna be the hottest part of the smoker, and kind of center it in the middle there, because it's gonna be the most even amount of heat you're gonna get out of a smoker. But man, this thing just has so much capacity to it. Like normally, if you had like a 24-inch or a 36-inch, like big grill, big wide grill, there you go, English for you. This amount of beef jerky would like fill the entire thing up. I have so much room here. I could have easily done double this amount, which is pretty dope. We had it open for a while there, so it's down to like 150. I'm gonna toss a log in. It's gonna get the temp back up a little bit, and we should be good to roll for a bit. I bet I'm not gonna use more than like 2 or 3 splits for this entire cook. And I am expecting this to take somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 to 6 hours. Remember, we're not cooking this beef. We're just trying to dry it out while getting some smoke flavor to it. That's all we're doing. We are about an hour and a half in, and this thing is just pumping. Just absolutely gorgeous, running like a peach. I was afraid we wouldn't be able to hold the lower temperatures, you know? These pits, they love to run at like 225 to 250, but man, one big split right there in the bottom, and this thing has just been holding on to that temperature. We've been running about 160, 175 for this whole thing, and for jerky, that is the absolute perfect temperature you want to be running at. And the rain let up a little bit, so win-win. Win-win-win, as Michael Scott would say. All right, guys, we are like 2.5 or so hours in. Grabbed me some Strawberry McStarbersons, drained that. Let's take a look at them. They're looking pretty nice, a little bit uneven. This side's cooked a little further. Let me show you a piece real quick. Getting some deep color to it, but not quite 100% on that dehydration yet. So got a little while longer to go. I do want to rotate these. I'm gonna try rotating the racks. I've never done this in this pit before, so I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but fortune favors the bold. Yeah, this will be fine. Boop. Now this is the big one. Whew. That's a big Betty. Nice. Yeah, it's the bottom side here that's not quite as done. Let me see if I can show you the difference between two. Yeah, see, this one's not quite as dry as this one, so I'm moving these ones closer to the fire. Nice. These are looking good though. I kind of want to try one. There are always these little bits that you kind of cut off, and I always include them because those are my little tester pieces. So let's see where we're at. Good. We are good all around. Flavor, smoke, tenderness. Yeah, this is coming along beautifully. Well, the joke's on me. It turned out to be a really gorgeous day. We're about 4.5 hours in, and this stuff is looking great. This is really to feel. It's just how it looks, how it feels to you. If you take jerky too far, it's gonna get kind of crumbly on you, so you want to avoid that. If you don't take it far enough, it's kind of like a chewy steak texture. If you're a jerky person, you know what you're looking for. This is not overly hot, so I can just pick it up. I'm very impressed. Ooh, there's like an echo talking into the smoker here. Yeah. The sticks are my favorite. Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna take this inside, we're gonna weigh it out, and we're gonna see what this costs versus traditional beef jerky. Y'all, the internet is so incredibly dumb. If you can, print out this video and just watch it that way, print it out, that way you don't have to get on the internet. But we do have beef jerky. Let's weigh this out, see what we got, see what we are left with. Got my scale here. Gonna zero it out with a tray on it. 36 ounces, nice. So that is about a 50% weight loss. Let's go ahead and do some quick math. It was $35 for the meat itself. We're gonna add some taxes in there, so 1.1, $38.50. Let's say like $5 for all of the seasoning, marinade, all of that jazz. It probably wasn't that much, but $43.50 divided by 36. We're at $1.20 per ounce on this stuff here. Now let's see, let's get some comparables. Chomps bars, we get those a bunch. We got a bunch of those. Super popular. These are my wife and my kids' favorite. 1.15 ounces, so they're about an ounce each in retail. $3. I mean, we get these at Costco for like $2 a piece, so this is like less than half the price of Chomps. Those are a more premium one, but I mean, even all the bags of beef jerky, which we'll throw a few of those up here, they're all gonna be much more expensive than this, so this is definitely a cost-saving maneuver if you do this, and in my opinion, this is significantly tastier than any of that bagged beef jerky you're gonna get out there. I've been saying it all throughout the video. I do like this sticks more because they have more of a chew to them. They kind of pull apart a little easier, a little difficultier. Whatever. Words are hard. Feeling the old afternoon slump here. Whew. I'm gonna go steal one of my wife's Alanis or something. Let's end this with a Bible verse. Bible verse of the day, John 11:35. Jesus wept at these beef jerky prices. Whew. See you in the next one.